Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see the former MVP, Cam Newton, and the Carolina Panthers as they match up with the great Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. Cam Newton getting set to go with this Panthers offense here for the first time. Cam coming off surgery on his shoulder in the offseason. Caused him to miss the final couple of games of the regular season last year. A disappointing end that saw... They go play action here on first down. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And they're able to get this one across the 30. Catches 68 yards and a touchdown. On the ground, McCaffrey. And
Rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he is to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Newton to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running.
By all means.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take
be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rodgers, man open. That's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Rodgers going to throw again. He'll be... Rodgers again now. Looking deep for Adams. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bull looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be.
Secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We'll take a look at the starters here defensively for the Packers. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking.
On 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Newton. Completes it to Samuel. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And they're able to convert on. Gets past one man. Complete out to Samuel on the... fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
That's it, baby. That's it. That's it. Big hit.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The 49-yard line. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to They go quickly here. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. That's now throwing the ball on this drive. Here's 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Scarlett.
Because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal. General rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense. Get a couple of first downs. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him,
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 16 and a first down off that. Rodgers now on first down. And he will find the open man as Jamall Moore. 33 yards that time. Join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the... And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Jamall Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
and that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular...
Settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. After the sack. Back to throw, Newton.
I'm coming after you.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And he'll be stadium. And we were in the Bay Area for the Raiders on Thursday night. Now right back out to watch the Niners on Monday night. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there.
That's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just... Now Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And out of the gun, Newton. And this one complete to Smith. When they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work that
you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to...
To throw, it's Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it... A final shot before half for Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll start with 2 teams that have been division rivals since 1933. It's Chicago playing host to Detroit, and it's the Lions who are out in front as they play the second quarter. Kerryon Johnson has a touchdown run. From there, we'll head to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie, see what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. The Bills trying to hold on and claim victory. In our game, it was Cam Newton who led the way in that first half. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden.
They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys.
From the 31, Rodgers, and he finds his tight end Graham. 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And Williams. You don't see that at 10, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just
scoring a race that deficit, but boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say pointed out. So I guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have you...
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move with the ball. He's got a first down. Newton now to throw. And he is going to... Rodgers gives this to Jamall Williams. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. And they will finally get him down to the 27-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great...
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams hopping over the top.
Here, they've got to feel pretty good about that one.
2nd and 5 now. Rodgers, nowhere to escape, and he goes.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you get 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice...
And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 51 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number. Throwing now is Rodgers. And Rodgers to throw again. Flushed out right.
And expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That's incomplete.
They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Now a throw to the end zone on.
A nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves.
They held them in check on the scoreboard. They'll wind up getting, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Jamall Williams with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Packers have retaken the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there.
Ball on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton, he finds his man. To throw on 3rd down. Newton, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Open here is out on 1st down. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll go down.
This on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. On 2nd down now, it's Williams. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Carolina getting set to take the field, and a tight game after
affect their play.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a Panthers. A shotgun snap for Newton. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now?
Again, they've bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
23 yards, the final tally. Come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a 1st down kick. They run it again with Williams. And 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. A give to Williams, wide right. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. They'll look to throw. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And this is going to be Packer football.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that's not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Green Bay, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Carolina, the loss will